Got it. I am live. There's a little bit of a delay, but this is going to be a quick video. I'm primarily making this for my faith coaching clients, part of the Transformation Network with Build a Better Us. If you don't know what that is, make sure you go check my profile and see the stuff that I'm doing. Whenever you see me post a flyer for fitness, it has like a special guest speaker or cooking or whatever it is, yoga, mental health stuff, it is probably with that, right? So go check me out, train underscore W underscore Mac. What I wanted to talk about today was a question that was posed in the group and something I think is not touched upon a lot. Someone asked about sleeping, which I've covered before and I'm going to cover again. But this time it is about mindfulness, right? So, um, what I wanted to say with mindfulness is something that we just don't think. A lot of us are just going through the motions day to day. I mean, that's why most people in this world. Well, this is a health, right? This is a health group, and this is a health focused topic, right? But that's why most people in this world don't have the best mental health, don't have the best physical health, or anything like that, right? Because a lot of these issues, people just think it's normal. People think it's normal for you to turn 30 and your back to start hurting, for you have knee aches. People think it's normal for that type of stuff, and it's not the case. It shouldn't be the case. We've just made it normalize it when it shouldn't be, right? So, um, I just wanted to talk about that, right? Because people aren't thinking about this stuff. When they get into doing a new activity, they aren't thinking about it a lot, right? And case in point is going to be the two topics, main topics I want to talk about today is going to be eating and is going to be exercise, right? Let's talk about the easiest one, which is going to be exercise. Mindfulness is key. Bodybuilders always say this mind muscle connection. What does that necessarily mean? All right, I'm not going to dig into it too much when it comes to the physiological principles. I want to keep this under 10 minutes so that, a lot of my people in the challenge can rewatch this and stuff like that. But mind muscle connection basically means your body syncing up, your central nervous system, your brain, right? Your CNS, all syncing up and being able to communicate with your muscles and vice versa, right? Your nervous system, peripheral nervous system, stuff like that, just syncing up. Now, the better you're at that, your body's doing that, the more explosive you're going to be, the quicker reaction times, the more energetic you're going to be because it's easier for the signal, it's not getting lost. Just think about, electrical currents. If there's something blocking the way, it's going to make the electric current go down. Or just think about like turning the AC on in your car. If someone is standing in front of you, they can't do that in the AC in the car. But if let's say you have your window shade, right, and it's blocking the AC vent, or your phone, right? I have a phone mounted AC vent. If your phone is blocking it, right, I'll put my phone up there sometimes because I want it to cool down if it's overheating, especially if I'm driving and it's in the sunlight. If it's blocking it, you're not going to get as much AC on yourself, right? And it's because it's something interfering, something absorbing what's passing through, right? Same thing, right? So by you being able to maximize that response and communication, you're able to do a lot more. You get stronger, faster, more power, stuff like that, more energetic reaction time, things I listed already, right? Now there are different ways to do that, right? Different training exercises. Not all training exercises or workouts will do that, right? A biggest example of mindfulness when it comes to mind muscle connection is going to be you taking a break, right? What do I mean by that? There's a big chance that you've taken a break from working out, not on purpose, maybe on purpose, and you come back in a month and you're like, I am weak. I lost 50 pounds on my bench press. I could do three less push-ups, right? Something like that. And then you realize you worked out for a week, and guess what? It comes back. Right, it comes back. Um, Forgot to mention this earlier, but if you're watching this on Facebook or whatever, make sure you accept it so that you can so I can see your comments. So if you have any questions, feel free to send that to me. If you're watching this in the live group, obviously you can post the comments in the group and I'll get back to you. But right, when you are taking a break from working out and you get back into it, you're super weak. And then people think like, oh, I'm gaining strength so fast. Like I'm been able to add 10, 15, 20 pounds week after week for the first month, blah, blah, blah. It is not the case. You're actually not getting stronger. What's happening is your central nervous system is starting to fire off, right? You're starting to send these action potentials to these muscles, and you're going to start the cycle, right? You're gonna start the cycle of your muscles contracting and then relaxing, contracting and relaxing, right? You're going to start this whole mechanism in your body, right? Because that's getting better, you're getting stronger, you're getting faster, you're getting all of these things, right? Because now instead of things firing off at randomly, just think about fireworks, right? So a person over here is setting fireworks. 4th of July just happened, right? It's a chaotic environment. But if everybody set off their firework at the same time, it's one big explosion, it's one loud explosion. Your body is the same way, right? So by working out to being mindful to activate your central nervous system or that mind muscle connection, like I said, bodybuilders are talking about, right? When you don't just curl as much weight as you can, control the rep range, right? That's why someone that's using 30-pound bicep curls can make more progress than someone that's just taking 50 and just doing this, right? Because they're using gravity and physics. They're not really using the muscle. They're not activating that mind muscle connection, trying to feel every muscle fiber contract and then relax, contract and relax, trying to activate every muscle fiber as fast as possible. They're just lifting weights, tossing it around, right? So if you want to make better progress in the gym, whether that's strength, whether that's size, whether that's fat loss, whether that's reaction times, right? Whether that's whatever it is, you want to make sure you're intentional in your mind when you're doing your workout, right? You have a reason for being in the gym. You have a reason for doing that amount of reps. You have a reason for doing that type of weight. You have a reason for getting into the gym. You have a reason for every single rep. I am trying to maximize the muscle fibers. I'm trying to get them to lift as fast as possible. I'm trying to get them to lift as much weight as possible. I'm trying to get them to go as long as they can. I'm trying to make the muscles, gain endurance, strength, whatever. You need to have that mind muscle connection. You need to really feel it, right? So sometimes you need to slow down. Sometimes you need to lower the weight just so you can have that connection. And then as you start getting that connection, it starts to increase, right? This is why me, as someone that's 150 pounds, I'm able to deadlift close to 500, right? I was able to deadlift that. Why? Because I learned how to maximize my central nervous system, that mind muscle connection, to make sure I can move the weight, right? Because it's not just about size. Yes, muscle size equals strength. But if someone doesn't have the mind muscle connection, there's a lot of people smaller than these big people you see, these fit people that can move heavier, that can jump faster, even though they're smaller because they have that mind muscle connection, right? So now when it goes into the eating aspect of things, mindfulness, right? What does that mean in the simplest form? That means when you're eating, you're not just stuffing your faces, right? Eating has a component to it that is both mental relaxing, is both satisfying, but it also has a component to it that is just nourishment for your body. So you need to know that there's two forms of eating. There's eating for enjoyment and eating for a mental break and celebration, and then there's eating for nourishment and nutrition. You need both of those. If you only have one of those, your life is going to be miserable. If you aren't able to enjoy the foods, if your diet is cutting out all the good stuff, it's going to be miserable. You won't last long. If you are just eating as much as you can of the good, happy stuff, the food, the gummies, the chocolate, or whatever, you're not going to reach your goals and you're going to be pretty unhealthy. It's probably not going to be now, but it's going to catch up to you later, right? You need a combination of both, right? Sometimes people say 80-20. People do if it fits your macros. You need a combination of both. You need to know when you're doing this to enjoy it and then why you're doing it, right? So a lot of times people are like, I can't stop eating, I can't do a diet or whatever. Like, why are you doing it? Why do you want to do this diet, right? And then okay, the flip side, why do you feel like you need to eat something every time you get a good job from your boss, every time you win a basketball game, every time you work out? Why do you need to eat a brownie? Like stuff like that. You need to mindfully be mindful about it. Right. And now when you're eating, you don't just, it's a celebration, man. I'm gonna stuff it down. It's a nourishment. I just need to put it down, right? When you're eating, what you're going to do is you're going to nourish everybody, especially if it's your cheat day or it's one of those unhealthier meals. I don't think any meal is unhealthy because even the unhealthiest meals, full of preservatives and stuff, can give a lot of health benefits to the mental brain. And I know it talks about addiction and stuff like that, but we're not going to mention that. But that's a whole different battle, and there's some balance to it, right? But when it comes to the mindfulness, you need to realize like I earned this. I need to savor this. Don't just stuff it down. If it actually tastes good and you enjoy the moment, right? Enjoy what the social impact of it is as well, right? So you do that, but then also if you're trying to cut back, you need to do another aspect of mindfulness. What is that? That is going to be chewing your food slowly, and like I said, enjoying the moment, staying in the moment, realizing how that's helping you, realizing how you slowing down is allowing you to taste better, digest better, is allowing you to enjoy the social surroundings a lot better. right? By doing that, having mindful eating. Sometimes people say you want to count how many chews you have. Are you just doing 3 chews and then swallowing, or 20? Right? Because 20 can help, the digestive system doesn't start in your stomach, doesn't start in like colon, all of that type of stuff, or whatever, intestines. I mean, it starts in your mouth, right? So the more you chew, the more the bacteria in the saliva is breaking it down, and you starting to digest once it touches your mouth, right? So by practicing that mindful eating, I think some people use the app called Noom for this. It tells you that you are allowing yourself to be able to absorb the nutrients a lot faster. You're allowing your mindset around food and its relationship to your body to be more cemented. When you eat that healthy, not good tasting food, you have a reason for it. You know why, right? And then you start to enjoy it a lot better because you know the purpose in your life. And then when you have that unhealthy food, you're not as guilty because you know it has a purpose in your life as well, right? This is going to help you. This is going to help you a lot mentally. It's going to help you a lot physiologically. Like I said, it's going to help you how you see things, how you view things, how you commit to things. It's just also going to help your body process the foods, use the foods for the right sources to rebuild muscle, use the foods to run your digestive system, to run your breathing, to run all of that type of stuff, right? And be intentional. Be intentional in the food you eat, the stuff you put on your plate, the places you go. Be intentional in the workouts you do, how you're lifting that weight, what you're doing, what kind of weights you're lifting, what kind of exercise you're doing. Are you doing body weight? Are you doing right? Be mindful. This mindfulness is going to be able to take you to the next level, especially if you can't get in the gym a lot more, or you don't have the means to be meal prepping all the time. Just being mindful with what you're doing and the steps you're taking will help you take that little bit you have and grow it into a lot. And then when you're able to get the lot and combine that with the mindfulness you have, now that's even bigger. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I'm gonna just keep it short. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And let me know what you think about this video. Post it in the chat, post it in the group. And if you want access to this, like I said, if you're not part of this transformation network, this day 46, make sure you go join it. Send me a message or go to BBU Build a Better Us and join the challenge, and then join the transformation network.